The power of radio is in your hands. You can play. You can pause.
Rewind.
You can download. It's Vicalonia Radio. Solely for your listening pleasure.
Good evening, wonderful listeners. Yes, you are on to your number one online entertainment radio, Vicalonia Radio. And this is Gender Combat. We are always on your radio every Tuesday by this hour. So how was your day? How are you doing? You're welcome. My name is Maertins. I remain your host on Gender Combat. And as always, we have guests in the studio. Today I have guests. I sincerely want to apologize for not being able to air the program last week due to some technical and unforeseen circumstances. But we are back. So yes, I have guests in the studio, and sitting by my left is Maertins. Hey bro, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm cool. The weather is
good, right? I can see that's why you're looking so fresh.
It's not good. It's hot. Man. It's really hot.
Okay, sitting on my right, I have Kessie. You know, Kessie. By the name, you already know that she's very pretty and. You know what I'm saying? Kessie, how you doing?
Oh my God. I'm fine.
Already. So yeah, you want to say something?
I'm Kessie. Yes, like you said, Kessie, but. The full name is Kessiena, very sexy name.
Oh, really?
Compared to one name they call Mozart. No, say what is Mozart? Mine is Kessiena.
You guys are already battling even before the show.
She said her name is Kessie. Yeah. Mine is actually cut from Mohammed.
What is Mohammed, please?
Which is Mozart. You understand?
Okay, so listeners, today's topic is really tough one, and as always we have the post on Facebook, on our Facebook page and on our WhatsApp portal. When you go to the Facebook, you search bar, you type Gender Combat, and you definitely see the post there. Talking about today's topic, who is a better leader, the man or the woman? So who do you think?
For sure, now. For shizzle, manizo, weasel. You understand?
I don't understand.
Guys, for sure. Now.
So the guys, you think?
Yeah, guys are better leaders. But when it boils down to emotional leading, I'll actually put women in the forefront. But when it comes to organizational leading, I'd actually put men in the forefront.
Cassie, what do you think? Do you think the guys are the better leaders?
Guys can never be better leaders than women.
I don't understand. I tried. How? Why did you say that?
Because number one, a woman is the leader of the house. Yes. A man caters for the needs of the family. He provides things that are necessary. But a woman makes sure that she uses those things well. A woman is more of a leader than a man in different ways. He talked about emotion. Let's leave emotion aside. Now, let's face it straight. In an office, you tend to see men. Okay, men are leaders normally in so many organizations. The only organization where you see women as leaders are maybe women that have worked really hard. And for you to say a woman as a leader, she has worked harder than a man. Yes, because people tend to exploit women.
Okay.
A particular kind of work a woman will do before she can get to a stage where she can beat her chest and say, yes, I fought a good fight. It might most times to be impossible. Most times you discover that she even has to use her body to do it, or influence. Maybe there's a particular family member who has this money and has to help her. And meanwhile, if you look at it, she has this ability and she's supposed to do it normally, but they don't allow the women to perform. Yes, women are not allowed to perform because they feel that we are weaker sex.
Do you agree with what she's saying?
Well, I mean, I don't really agree with this point.
Okay.
Why? Because men were guys, and we all know that. Me and you now were guys. We might be friends right from birth, But the moment you hammer now, my guy, you will say, you as a person, you will not be thinking about how to help your friend at the end of the day. Your friend that will still be with you through the thick and thin. But the next thing you'll be thinking of how to lavish that money on a lady. A lady will be saying, say, at the end of the day now, if that bad don't go, majority of them, they won't leave you. But like, for a guy now, it's rare for you to see a guy in main party just leave him like that. It's almost impossible. So then how would you end up telling me that women are actually better leaders in that sense? How would you tell me that?
Looking at the attributes of a leader, of a very good leader, we have perseverance, patience. From your point, I tend to want to give the person, the gender who has this better leadership role. If the gender that has more of this attribute or that portrays more of the attribute, who do you think portrays more of this attribute?
Sincerely speaking, I would say women actually have this. It is something that it is actually given to them. When I say they are born with it,
you mean they are wired like that?
Yeah, it's more like it's a thing that they are actually wired like that. Because before you see a man who actually has, I won't call it perseverance. I'll call it, to some extent, it is more like perseverance.
Okay.
But I'll call it more of like I'm trying to find the right word to put into it to call it. But women have this ability to withstand the pain for a longer period of time.
And we've been made to understand, Kessie, that women, they tend to put their emotions in whatever they are doing.
Yes,
emotions
exactly. They put emotions
women put emotions first.
But it's not the attribute of a good leader.
No.
Excuse
me.
Okay, but you don't put your emotion first.
It is not actually emotion now.
Okay, what is
Let's rule emotion aside now. It is more or less like you have to reason with people, try to understand people, and that is one thing that male leaders or whatever you call yourself, that's what you people are lacking, in the sense that you people don't reason, you people say, okay, you say that you think ahead of women, fine.
We do naturally.
Yes, it's normal, but is it? But you think ahead of women, but it's one thing to think, and another thing to think straight. You might be thinking ahead straight. If you want to rape a woman, you can plan to rape the woman. You understand? You plan even with her even knowing that you are going to get to that particular place, or you are going to come and because you come and destroy her life or whatever. But that thinking of raping a woman, are you thinking straight? Is it right? You might be thinking, but what you're thinking, is it right? You are talking about emotions. It's not about emotions here. Now, we talk about what? Pity. You try to understand people. If you are a leader and you don't think about your people, and you don't care about how they feel, you just like, let's just say, you just take everything like authority. I've said yes, my yes is yes. Even God in heaven, he has emotions.
Okay, wait. Sorry to cut you, but I've been meant to understand that generally in the whole world, like the general outside, we made to understand that in an organization, when you are being employed, there are some certain rules and regulations guiding that organization.
Yes.
And sometimes when these leaders, whether the male or the female, who do you think bends more of those rules just to welcome or to accommodate every other person, every staff? Probably maybe one of the staffs go against the rules of the company. Who do you think will want to just hit the penalty on that particular staff, knowing fully well that this is the right thing to do for the betterment of the company? Yes. So who do you think? Who do you think will go straight to hitting the penalty?
He will say a male. Yes, you say a male, but now I will not say it's a female or a male.
Okay.
I will actually say it's someone who is in his or her right senses. You should know what to do. In the sense that if somebody does something and you know that these things are detriment of this company, even if you are a woman or a man, you are supposed to watch. Let the person go. But when you know that this thing is something that something can also fix in, something can come in that can fix it without anybody noticing. That's the reason why it should not give.
Can you imagine?
I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
There are some places there are loopholes.
Yeah,
you should be able to cover loopholes especially if there's a good reason.
Yeah.
That is the people are talking about. You don't just throw people out. You don't see. As a leader, you should try to understand.
Okay, are you trying to say you do this to the detriment of the company?
No, that is what I'm saying. That detriment of the company means that what this person has done, if it is going to bring down the company, then you have to do the needful. by chasing the person away, or the person has to pay for whatever he or she has done. When you know that, okay, this thing will not really affect the company. Yes, you can as well give a warning, or better still, Mr. Man, what you did is wrong. It is not right. Please go.
I want to give you an
go
example
away.
now.
Excuse me. Go away. You are not. We don't need your services anymore.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that, okay, you have to pay for this thing. It is only when you know that, okay, this thing now, there will be a loophole and it will be too obvious. That's why you have to work. You have to strike.
Yeah, it's really getting in.
Yes,
it's getting hot in here. So we need to break.
Yeah.
We really need break. Okay, listeners, yes, you can join the conversation on our WhatsApp portal. We'll be reading your comments as the conversation is on. We'll read your comments. Also, join us on Facebook at Gender KOMBAT. On your search bar, you see this topic there. Who is a better leader, the male or the female?
Do you know that you can advertise your business and brand to thousands of listeners on Vikilonia Radio?
Oh yes, and at a very, very cheap and affordable rate. For as low as 1,000 Naira, you can advertise with us.
Simply call us on 081 39 36 3906. On Vikilonia Radio, we give a new life to your business.
You're listening to your number one online edutainment radio.
Alright, you're welcome back from the break. In case you're just tuning in, this is Gender KOMBAT, and the atmosphere in the studio here has been so hot. Okay, yeah, we're on Facebook right now, and we have someone here. He says, this one is from KOMBAT David. He says, women teach, but men impact knowledge. Wow, this is wonderful. Okay, thank you so much, KOMBAT David, for stopping by. I think that's all that's the comment we have on Facebook right now. We'll be heading to our WhatsApp portal. Yeah, we'll be heading to our WhatsApp portal, and on WhatsApp, what do we have on WhatsApp? We have messages from some people here. Okay, this one says, this one is from Joseph on our WhatsApp portal. He said, for me, I think the men do, because we are born leaders. Wow. Okay, in case you want to join the WhatsApp portal, you can head to Facebook and you type Gender KOMBAT on the search bar. As well, on the timeline there, you see there's a post about the WhatsApp link. You just click on them. You are on the WhatsApp portal. And there's another one here. He says, this one is from the CEO Vikilonia Radio. She said, women are better leaders. Wow. Okay, these are the comments you could take from now. Let's head back to the conversation.
You're listening to your number one online edutainment radio.
So just before the break, we had a lot of banter, a lot of arguments, trying to prove some points. But right now, we are at a stage where we want to know who is this better leader? Who is the better leader? Is it the male or the female? Finally, Mr. Mozart, what do you think?
Yeah,
your concluding parts. Yeah.
She was actually talking about a male and a female in the company. Right?
Yeah.
So imagine now in the company now. First of all, the first point I want to give right now is imagine a male and a female dating each other in the company. If it is the male who is actually dating the female in that company, if today something happens and that female is actually responsible for that stuff happening, no matter to what extent he actually likes her, he might zero his mind. A man is a man. Once a man makes up his mind, okay, fine, I'm not going to do this thing. This lady should leave because she did this thing. She would end up leaving at the end of the day. But at the end of the day now, you have a female now. She is dating her boss. She's dating someone below her. She's the one who is actually in charge there. Now, at the end of the day, if someone she likes ends up doing something, because of that emotion always attached to them, you'd have them not wanting to sack that person from that company.
You're trying to say you have them not taking the right decision or doing the right.
It will actually hinder
a lot of things.
Yeah. You understand? And just recently, recently, we're colleagues from we actually work in the same radio station. Okay. Since she's actually a core member, I'm actually an ex-core member.
Okay.
And recently, I was telling her about she actually never knew though. I was telling her about a bank robbery I actually heard about at Zenith Bank in Lagos, where you have males and females who actually embezzled a lot of money. Now, while I was going through all the embezzlement, could you believe that I found a woman topping the list of that embezzlement with 300 and something million naira, Nigerian naira? So what are we saying here? The person who actually got close to that female was actually on, let's say it was actually on 40 something million naira. So can you imagine the space?
So
what will that woman
Okay,
what will that woman actually end up doing with that money?
Okay.
So now, can you tell me now, they are all working in that same particular bank, and presently they have been searching for them. If you go on Google, type this is something that happened recently. If you go on Google, type this, you would find them yourself. It's a fact. You find them yourself. So if women are better leaders, tell me, how would a woman have had embezzled that? They said, yeah, now I know that what they say. Now I know. Wait. Now I know they say. Now I know why they say what a man can do, a woman can do better. Maybe it is actually from this perspective.
No.
It is actually from this perspective because wait, tell me now, how on earth was a woman able to embezzle that much money?
Sorry, bro. Okay,
yes?
I understand where you're coming from. Okay,
that's what I'm trying. This is not leadership.
What are your final words in this situation?
My final words are that, in fact, it's not even a final word. I will always stick to it that women are better leaders than men.
Okay.
He's looking at it. He's always talking about emotions. Emotions are not the only things that a woman possesses.
Yeah.
Women do not only possess emotion. Funny enough, there are some women that do not have emotions. They don't have time for you. You talked about a woman dating a man, and then the man misbehaves and she fails to sack him because he's a sex object or whatever. It happens.
It happens a lot.
Just like, and the same way it happens that a man finds it very difficult to sack his girlfriend. Because what? Because she did something wrong in that office.
What are the possibilities for a male and a female?
See, it's fine that it's probably high on the woman's side, which also falls under the fact that they are emotional.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But you know,
emotion is not something you should count against a woman in terms of leadership. You said it, count perseverance, count the strength. Forget about physical strength. There are even if you look at it, women go through physical strength. Forget about maybe you have to carry cement or whatever. Women carry cement. True. You have to hit the gym. Women hit the gym. True. You understand? Yeah. So forget about those ones. Now let's talk about what, as in mental stress. Women go through mental stress because, number one, some of them have things to do. Women, they have to dip their hands into so many things. Also to what? To become humans. So in the sense that as a woman perseveres. Yeah. And as a leader, if you don't have perseverance, forget it. Your followers will just be following you because they are scared. They are scared, and that is not an attribute of a good leader. When you have followers who chase after you, who go after you because you are scared or because they are scared, then forget it. You've missed it. That means they can always say, once you leave that place, they will never be your ally again. But you have women. Women are people that listen. Men hardly listen. Yeah, I have brothers. I don't have any sister. I have 4 brothers, and I know what I deal with every day. They don't listen, and they love to argue in the sense that they always think they are right, which is very wrong.
This is a very, very, very wonderful topic to talk about another day. Talking about who listens more, the man or the woman.
So, that one, no, in fact, you can't even.
Do you know? You said something. I wanted to just finish it up with something. You said something. You said in leadership that sometimes you don't need fear. Sometimes, actually, the fact is in leadership, sometimes you need fear. Why I say it's
that is a lie.
Why I say you need fear?
We gotta go.
There's a difference between fear and respect.
We gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the show this week. As always, I promised you it was going to be very, very interesting. And also the comments. Sorry, we cannot take more comments at this moment. But I promise you, next week we'll try to take as much comment as possible. Yes, this is your number 1 online entertainment radio. Next week, I will try to bring the both of them again so we can banter and talk about more topics and more interesting topics actually. Thank you so much for listening. We love you. We love you. Maertins, me particularly, I love you, but still, I still take it. guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.